The Apostle Paul, a man of great faith and devotion, was no stranger to suffering. Though he had seen visions of heaven and experienced the power of God, he carried a burden, something he called a thorn in the flesh. A trial so persistent that he pleaded with the Lord 3 times to take it away. 3 times, Paul cried out to God, asking for deliverance. For this thing I besought the Lord thrice, that it might depart from me. 2 Corinthians 12:8. Yet the answer he received was not what he expected. Instead of removing the struggle, God gave him something greater. The Lord spoke to Paul, saying, "My grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness." 2 Corinthians 12, verse 9. It was then that Paul understood his weakness was not a barrier to God's power. Instead, it was a vessel through which God's strength could shine. Instead of resentment, Paul embraced his weakness. He declared, "Most gladly therefore will I rather glory in my infirmities, that the power of Christ may rest upon me." 2 Corinthians 12, verse 9. He knew that when he was weak, Christ was strong. We all have struggles, burdens we long to cast away, but like Paul, we must remember God's grace is enough. His strength is greatest in our weakest moments, so we press on, not in our own power, but in His. Whatever trial you face today, know this: God's grace is sufficient for you. His power is made perfect in weakness. Surrender your struggles to Him, and let His strength carry you through. When you are weak, He is strong. Trust His grace.